So I spent a week with the Rode PSA1 and the Elgato Wave LP low profile to find out which one is right for me, and in doing so, get a little bit of an insight and help you decide which one is right for you. To kick things off, both are mic boom arms. They both have a 3/8 inch quarter thread at the front. They both come with an adapter from 3/8 to 5/8. They both come with like a desk clamp that you mount on the side of your desk and then you slide the arm right into it. The part where they kind of differ is in their usability. So the Rode PSA1 has a very nice spring-like boom arm, which you can move around and you can kind of set up at whichever height you want, and it kind of stays there. It's just good if you tend to not stay in the same position during the entire time. Whereas the Elgato Wave does not come with a spring loaded, and instead they rely on little levers to tighten and loosen the arms so that then you can move it in and out of position. Another thing that is kind of different in the two is the cable routing. So the PSA1 really just has an external cable routing along the arm, whereas the Elgato Wave has it integrated into the arm system itself, and it has these magnetic covers that cover the cable. So it looks cleaner, it looks slicker. So that's one thing to keep in mind in terms of actual setup. Another difference that they have is the total load that they can sustain. The Elgato Wave can handle up to 2 kilos, whereas the PSA1 can only handle 1.1 kilos. So definitely stronger, and I guess that comes from the fact that you can really tighten those knobs to really lock it in place. But this pod mic is among the heaviest microphones that you can kind of find, and it weighs less than a kilo. So that 1 to 2 kilo range, it's nice. Is it necessary though? I don't know. I don't think that there's many microphones that will be heavier than what the PSA1 can handle. Whilst the Elgato can handle 2 kilos, I have had it already during my week with it that I've tightened it as tight as I thought was possible. And still, when I was pulling the arm out or when I nudged it lightly or slightly accidentally, the mic was still kind of, or the arm would still kind of move downwards a bit because it was just a bit too heavy. And then I would have to loosen it up, lift it up again, tighten it again. And that was really one of my gripes. The thing that I really like about the PSA1 is its versatility with the fact that it can move all around. The thing is, if you are someone who likes the mic low and coming up towards you, you can do it like that. Also, if you prefer to be someone who likes to have the mic high and kind of hanging in front of them, you can also do that. Both are kind of possible. So there's that. Another thing is this pod mic is a great mic to test this out because it does not really have any noise canceling thing in it. It does pick up arm noise. So this is what the PSA1 sounds like if you just kind of lightly tap it. And if you kind of tap around the desk close to the arm mount, this is the kind of noise that you can expect it to kind of travel up into the arm. All right, so this is then how everything sounds on the Elgato Wave arm. Everything else remains the same. The microphone, the cable, how I'm recording, all that is identical. So in terms of what noise and everything it picks up, this is if you were to tap, tap, tap at about the same distance as I was on the Rode PSA with about the same strength. And then this is what it would look like, kind of tapping closer to the base, if there is a difference. Now, with some softwares like Discord, I've tested it with some friends, and I guess Discord has some auto noise canceling built in already anyway, because they don't hear this noise. But if you're just doing a raw recording, it will come through. And alternatively, this is exactly what the Elgato Wave really has going for it, because it really is a discrete, low profile, low arm. So it kind of sits nicely in the desk. It is not really intrusive. It doesn't really sit in your peripheral vision. All those things are awesome. So if that's very important to you, that the Elgato is really the one to go for. The downside of it is, of course, that it's not versatile. All you have is the low profile. I mean, it does say that you can swing the arm up and down all the way, which is true. So you can technically have the arm come in, go up, and then have an like upward mounting mic, a high mounted mic in front of you, the thing that kind of works against the Elgato is then its reach. It does not go very far from where you've mounted it. Whereas with the Rode, you can really pull it very far from where it's mounted. That brings it to a very big differing point, or like a really like USP about the PSA versus the Elgato Wave, is just its reach from where you mount it. So this is where you have to make the decision about how big is my desk, where am I going to mount it, and where am I going to need that mic. If that distance is big enough, it is going to be a problem. So the Elgato Wave, when fully stretched out all the way, the distance is 70 centimeters. Whereas with the PSA, and mounted all the way, 87 centimeters. So you get an extra 17 centimeters out of that. The other thing is how you mount the mic to the end of the boom arm. The PSA just has this little knobs that you can turn, and then you can get the mic mount up and down. And then for the rest, you have to rely on the actual swivel that you put the mic on, so the mount, to kind of angle it up or down in a different way, so like the other axes. Whereas the Wave has this very unique kind of cool little gimbal at the front that allows for 360-degree motion. So you have a lot more flexibility. It's a lot more user-friendly in terms of getting the mic in the exact position that you want. The low-profile part of the Elgato Wave, for me particularly, I was very excited to kind of run it through the back middle of my desk, straight towards me, and then up at me, because I have this kind of like wooden platform that I have my monitor, my speakers, and everything on. So I was like, okay, this can slide right underneath it. But the mount just goes high enough that it can't slide under that wooden platform. So for me, I have to put it over to the side, and then it has to come in at an angle. And the only way for me to really use the mic is to sit forward. So to bring into a thing, the ball head at the front, how the microphone is a bit better in the Elgato Wave is, for instance, if you want to angle the mic up and down, you can use this front disc to kind of loosen it, and then you have range of motion here. And if you want to even, you can loosen this ball head, and you can really rotate this in every which way and kind of get it going however you want. So that's really nice, but you need to tighten it. And here's the thing with the range now. If I wanted to move, I got to pull it back. I can't. If I wanted to sync and pull this mic down, I kind of can because I'm forcing it, because apparently I didn't tighten the bowl head enough. But if I were to tighten that the proper way, geez, I can't even tighten it more, but it still moves a bit, you see? So it's not that great. It can rotate like this well on the swivel, which is really great with the Elgato Wave. Like, it can still go left and right, but going up and down, that's not possible. So you're kind of locked in how high or how low you want it to be. It's okay. Like I said, if all that you do is you basically stay in the same position and you talk constantly, then this is more than you need. But if you're someone who likes to lean back, move around, and kind of take the microphone with you as you're doing that, that is something that I would not recommend the Elgato Wave for you. Then let's get the arm up, and then let's show. We can bring it this high, and yeah, no, that's about as high as it can go. So for a high-mounted mic, this is about as high as you can go. It's at eye level, whereas with the Rode, you can legit just actually have it way up here. I can like basically reach all the way up. You can't really see it in the look in the camera angle, but it's high. This is not. That's why it's called a low profile. So yeah, no, for me, the final buying decision came from its usability and just how easy it was to move it around. And as you can see, look, I'm trying to adjust it now to get it back in position. It's not easy. It's easy enough, but it's not convenient enough to get it in the position that you want. There we go. All right. And that was for me the deal breaker from the Wave and why I'm opting for the PSA1, because I'm going to use it for the setup of just talking, doing some voice recordings, as well as gaming. And I have it at my main working and computer station, and I want to be able to move the mic in and out. Now, while the Elgato Wave arm is a low profile and looks less intrusive altogether, it is more of a pain to get the mic in use and out of use. Yeah, it's inconvenient to quickly get the mic out and in. Whereas with the Rode, it's super quick and it's out of the way, and I can put it where I want to, and down and up and whatever, and I can get rid of it. It's just quick and easy. Boom. That's it. And with the Wave, it just isn't. So whilst it is nice and whilst it looks cleaner, its usability for me trumps everything. And that's why I'm opting for the PSA1. All right, so that's essentially the rundown of the difference between the two arms, what I think are good and bad about it, the things that popped up for me while I was using it for about a week. I hope that for you there were some kind of insights about things that are relevant for your situation and what's important for you and the way that you're going to use a boom arm. And if there's any additional questions, if there's something that I didn't cover, let me know, hit me up in the comments, and I will see if I can shed some insights from my perspective. So I hope that you got something out of that. Leave a like if you did, and have a wonderful day.